All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. If you're checking this out, how's it going out there, Facebook land? Good morning. Yeah. So here's the deal. Welcome. Good morning. You know who I am. Yesterday, I made an attempt to do a Facebook Live talking about how a social justice training called Liberation Logic transformed every part of my life and why I needed it in my life. It didn't need me. I needed it in my life. Now, what I'm going to share today is also why you might be, or people you know and love, might be arguing with Trump supporters or might be arguing with radical liberals rather than making a difference. And I've been in the rumble, in the reckoning of privilege and power and oppression and social justice now for about 4 years, and I'm done staying quiet. I actually want to share with people how transformational that work is. And it's my turn to do it right now. It's my turn to speak up and start to build bridges. So I want you to listen to this if you have found yourself struggling at times with two things. One, how to understand and wrap your head around what your place is in social justice work. And two, if you've been struggling with how to actually make changes within yourself. Now, whether you're watching live or in the replay, I want to know you're here. I want you to comment and I want you to say hi. I want to know what's going on for you today. And frankly, here's the deal. I want lots and lots and lots of people to see this because it's time that this message be heard. So when you comment and when you share, more people see it. That's how Facebook works. So if you wanted to like it or love it, go ahead and share it or comment instead because we need to spread this message. It's about time. So yesterday I got cut off. I don't know what happened. People have conspiracy theories on their mind. I don't think it's censorship. I think it was my internet. But I got cut off when I was in the middle of this, and many people messaged me and commented and asked me to do a take two. So I'm doing take two on this important message. So, hey, Melanie, thanks for joining in. We've been chatting on Messenger about this exact issue. So again, let me know you're here. Say hi. See a few people are watching now, but I don't know who you are. I want to know you're here. And throughout this entire message, if it resonates, I want you to drop fire emojis and heart emojis and words like yes in here. And there'll be times that I'm going to be asking you to comment as well too and reflect within yourself. What's up, Peter? Thanks for joining. Thank you so much. I'm going to actually stop looking at the Facebook live stream, but I want you guys to keep commenting. I want you to keep sharing. I want you to keep throwing down fire emojis and heart emojis if this resonates and if it makes sense. And if people, you in your life, you want them to hear this and know this. I'm going to go to my notes to make sure that I'm not rambly Joe, because I can do that when I'm passionate and fired up. So here's the deal. A few years ago, I was going through some major transformations. 2016, as I mentioned yesterday, I finally got tired of feeling ignorant and complicit when it came to my part in power and privilege. Yep, I just actually spit on my camera. Ooh, okay. So I got tired of ignorance and complicence. I woke up crying 2 days in a row from seeing what I was seeing on the internet, people getting killed. Um, and frankly, I decided that I needed to do something about it, but I felt so lost. I felt so powerless. I felt so confused. And I started this pathway. I've committed to learning about privilege and difference at that moment and violence and structural racism. So about 2 years in, I'm going through a major breakup. I've done many social justice trainings, three or four at this time, live weekend trainings, and I've been engaged at this point in for almost 2 years in a group of white men studying intersectionality of race and gender, of masculinity and whiteness. So basically, I've been doing a lot of work, but I was going through a personal challenge. I was going through a breakup. I was going through a part where my heart was open and I was choosing to step into something different. And I was wide open. So I was scared to join this training. I was scared to join this training because it was mostly for organizers and people who've been in the work of social justice and collective liberation for years, and that wasn't me. But I decided I wanted to jump in anyway. I decided I wanted to learn with the people who've been rumbling for years. So I joined it, and it was literally 2 days after I had the conversation with my ex that it was going to be time for us to move on and to lovingly wrap up our relationship. I was wide open and I was looking for a change and I didn't understand certain parts of myself. And I went to this training called Liberation Logic by an amazing group of facilitators, people who've changed my life with their theory, their logic, their rhetoric, and their transformational practices. Aaron Goggins and Rebecca Mintz. So Aaron Goggins and Rebecca Mintz, if you don't know them, look them up and support them and engage in their work. Aaron Goggins is an amazing and prolific genius. He won't like me saying this, but he is. And he changed my life with his wisdom. And Rebecca Mintz has continued to change my life with her wisdom and her power and her capacity to help me see what I can't see and to love me through the process for like the last 2 years now. They're amazing. Go look them up. Go engage with them and their work because people like them have been committed on the path for years. I don't own any of what I'm about to share with you. They're the ones that figured it all out from all the training and leadership they've had and put it into a beautiful place. So essentially, they were teaching this idea of liberation logic. And I saw in the moment, and I won't teach their concepts and I won't share. And actually, I'm going to slow down right now. I see 7 people are watching right now. If you're watching this, let me know you're here. And I want you to comment and I want you to drop heart emojis and I want you to drop fire emojis when anything resonates. And I want to tell you why. Because when you comment and you share, more people see it. That's the way Facebook works. If you want to like it or love it or react or be, I don't care, comment. That doesn't help. Comment, 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 share, share, share. Okay, so anyway, so here's the deal. They helped me realize that I was operating off of old domination logic. I thought that to help people in my personal life change. Now, I knew this didn't work with coaching clients. I've been coaching for a couple of years, 3 years, and I knew it didn't work, but I couldn't see that in my personal relationships, domination logic, where I thought I had to be smarter and better and have the right answers, and that I thought that I had to actually know more than other people. It was still living inside of me. There were still parts of me that I was trying to change with tight constriction and with dominating an old part of me that hadn't yet healed or revealed itself. And my mind is powerful, so I can do that a little bit, but I don't create long-term transformation that way. So they taught me about internal domination logic and they taught me about internal liberation logic. And internal liberation logic has many theories of change that actually are completely in alignment with how I work and how I've transformed and how I've lost 160 pounds and how I transformed my love life after my divorce and how I went from being a retail employee that was salaried and getting my ass kicked by the industry to a person who created a business doing what I love. They showed me the things that worked for me through their theory, and it was all about internal liberation. Shortly after that weekend, I changed my personal mission from a mission about empowerment and inspiration because I wanted the world to be empowered and inspired, and I felt that's what we needed, to a mission around love and freedom. I now see that we are all bound together, and our collective liberation will only happen as a unit, as a group, and it only happens through freedom and love. So love is deeply tied to internal liberation. Fast forward 6 months, I've done tremendous amount of healing work, and the theories I learned and the practices I learned doing this social justice training not only helped me have better relationships with people who were not like me, people of color, women, people who have higher socioeconomic status than me, people of lower socioeconomic status than me. This actually transformed the way I see and do relationship, but it also helped me create a framework and an understanding and a foundation for the relationship that I've been building with my partner. And I have an amazingly liberated relationship with deep love, with transformative properties. And here's the theory that helped. It was the theory of transformative relationship. A transformative relationship relies on 4 pillars: mutuality, vulnerability, consent is co-creation, and use of the erotic, not the sexual, but the erotic, uses of experiences that are universal to all of us because we sense them in our bodies and in our emotions, and they light us up. Music, food, art, chanting, singing, touch, hugs, shadow work, all this stuff is use of the erotic. So that changed my life and it changed my relationships. When you go in and you do social justice training for yourself, you do racial justice training for yourself, when you open yourself to the rumble, to the pain, to the challenge, it gives you gifts that help you transform other parts of your life. And I'm committed to helping more people experience internal liberation and internal love. So that way they can go create. They can be creators in this world without using the old domination logic of force and control and power and access to more resource that you use to dominate others. This happens in every relationship that you have, and it happens in your own self, and it happens in the way that you try and do your inner work. I know who you are. I know who's watching. You are deeply committed to your own personal growth journey, your physical journey, your emotional journey, your spiritual journey, your intellectual journey. You're deeply committed to living a life of purpose if you're watching my shit. I can almost guarantee you. So you have the power to step in with boldness and courage to doing the work on unpacking privilege and unpacking oppression and understanding the way both show up within you. Because for almost all of us have some intersectionality of both privilege and oppression. This is a gift and it's here for you. And I'm tired of pretending that the last 4 years of my personal transformation work and the seeds of the relationship that's lighting me up that I am committed to, that we're moving in together, we're creating a loving partnership together, we're creating a life together. The seeds of so much of what I've done to help people in the last 2, 3 years have come from the willingness to rumble with radical social justice theories, the willingness to rumble with people who know much more than me, who see more than I see, to create relationships with those that don't look like me. It opened the space for me to date and create love from the place in my heart and in my body that I truly am most real and authentic and grounded and powerful and liberated and connected to transformation and deep love. It allowed me to start to build coaching programs and services that I'm working on right now that are going to help people transform in more accessible ways. It's changed everything for me. And I challenge you to think about how it can change things for you. Now, as far as this internal domination logic, I want you to think for a second. I want you to reflect. When have you acted like you needed to dominate a part of yourself to get what you want in this life or to change who you are? When have you acted like, without even realizing it, because we do this unconsciously, that you needed to dominate others to get what you want? And I'll tell you what this looks like. This looks when you're in an argument with your spouse and someone has to be right. This looks like keeping score. This looks like when you're at work and you get frustrated because someone else tried to take it looks like they stole your work rather than having a conversation with them about how it was a collaborative experience and that both people can shine in a limelight. It's about the times when in eating and exercise, you thought that deep restriction and shaming yourself was the way that you would change your body. It's in intellectual discussions with your friends when you disagree and you keep trying to cram your logic down their throat even though they're not listening. We all do this. We all do this. It's when there's a part of ourself that shows up in community, in relationship, in our work, that feels like it's our shadow, that feels like it's our edge. And we decide that we're going to kill it. I mean, I was talking to one of my long-term clients last week. He started picking up like a once-a-month session thing. And he was like, bro, I think it's time to kill my childlike ego. And I was like, I can't help you with that logic. I can help you with understanding how to listen to that part of yourself and how to love that part of yourself and how to use that part of yourself as wisdom and how to slow down so that part of yourself stops showing up with your partner and at work. But I will only help you learn to love that part of yourself so that way you can bring his wisdom online. You can't kill the ego. You can't kill a part of yourself. You can't kill a part of your relationship. We need to love it. Okay. When have you used internal domination logic? When have you used external domination logic of hierarchy and shaming yourself and restriction and discipline? That's not really discipline, it's punishment. When have you worked harder because of shame rather than learning to work smarter and honoring the parts of yourself that have value? Here's what I want you to take away from this. And I see 7 people are watching. You know what? I'm going to slow down. I'm going to check in with you people. 7 people, you giving me your time right now and your energy and your attention. I want to stop and I want to engage with you. I want to see who's here. So I got Peter, I got Melanie, I got Jay Greenstein. What's up, brother? Yeah, I got Seamus, baby. Yeah, Seamus. What's going on, Seamus? I got Peter Middleton jumping in. Oh my God. Let's see who else is on here. Oh, wow. Y'all are doing this. Y'all are commenting. It's so beautiful. Keep commenting, keep dropping the heart emojis. I love you people. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for engaging. Now, here's the deal. If you want to challenge yourself your own relationships, or your world that you live in to change, then it's time for a more evolved model for change and a more evolved model for relationship. It's time for liberation logic within yourself. It's time to think about how we create new systems within our own hearts and our own bodies and our own minds and our own spirit and our own world from a place of focusing on liberation and a new way of relating to others. I am passionate about teaching a concept that Rebecca Mintz and Aaron Goggins have taught me called transformational relationship. It is literally the pathway for everything, and I believe that. It is what you need in your marriage. It is what you need in your dating. It is what you need in your business. It's what you need at work. It's what we all need to be in the conversation to rumble with our privilege and our wildly racialized and gendered intersectional identities. This shit is real. And this shit is hard. And it's time that you love yourself into the process instead of shame yourself into the process. This will affect everything you do. If you want to model for relationship with others and yourself, where you actually create change, I want you to put change in the comments. I want you to put change in the comments. Because if you're not already in Drop the Armor Dojo, I will look at the comments before I go to bed tonight. I will invite you to Drop the Armor Dojo. Tomorrow and next week, I'm going to be going live in the dojo to talk about 4 levels of relationship that move us towards transformational relationship, that move us towards deeper love, that teach us the capacities and the skills to rumble with what the fuck is going on in the world right now. Thank you so much for your attention and your time and for hanging out with me. I love you to death because your time and your attention and your energy is the most valuable thing on the planet. Thank you for being here. Now remember, you have the capacity to build the life that lights you the fuck up. Whether that means an amazing relationship or that means knowing your place in social justice so that you can actually make a fucking difference and stop just arguing with the parts of yourself that you don't understand and arguing with other people. You can take that same energy and you can create change in yourself and with others. So here's the deal. You can do this. You can build the skills. You can create the life. And it's simple, but it's not easy. There are 3 choices you face every day. And bringing more consciousness to those choices will light up your life. You can choose love over fear. You can choose courage over comfort. You can choose creation and creativity over unconscious consumption. And if you make those 3 choices every day, a month from now, everything will be, so much will be different. A year from now, so much can be different. I love you. I appreciate you. Drop change in the comments if you want to learn about the 4 levels of transformative relationship. I thought I might make that like a paid training, but fuck that. I'm giving it away. Thank you so much. Have a great Thursday. I love you. I'm out.